Analytical thinker. Someone who breaks a complex idea into smaller, understandable pieces before drawing a conclusion. Rather than accepting information at face value, they search for patterns and evidence first. This style shows up in scientists and engineers, but also in ordinary moments like comparing prices or planning a budget. Creative thinker. Someone who imagines possibilities other people overlook, experimenting with unfamiliar combinations of ideas instead of following the obvious path. Artists, writers, and inventors lean on this style constantly, but it shows up just as often in business and everyday life whenever old methods stop working and something new is needed. Critical thinker. Someone who questions a claim before deciding whether to believe it. They don't just ask what a statement says, they ask where it came from and whether other explanations exist. This habit is central to journalism, law, and science, and it's one of the main defenses against being fooled by false information. Logical thinker. Someone who builds conclusion through clear, connected steps where each idea follows directly from the one before it. Math and computer programming depend entirely on this style, but it's also what happens anytime someone troubleshoots a problem by ruling out possibilities one at a time. Strategic thinker. Someone who weighs long-term outcomes before taking any action instead of reacting to what's happening right now. Chess players, military commanders, and business leaders rely on this because winning usually comes down to anticipating what happens several moves ahead, not just responding to the current move. Practical thinker. Someone who chooses solutions that actually work in real life over solutions that are technically perfect. Instead of chasing an ideal answer, they focus on what's achievable with the time and resources available. Workplaces value this style because it's what turns an idea into something that actually gets done. Abstract thinker. Someone who's comfortable with ideas that have no physical form, like justice, infinity, or time. Instead of needing a real-world example to understand something, they can explore the meaning of a concept directly. Philosophers and theoretical scientists depend on this ability to imagine things that can't yet be measured. Systems thinker. Someone who sees how individual parts connect into a larger whole instead of focusing on one isolated cause. This matters most in fields like medicine or environmental science, where changing a single piece of a system can unexpectedly affect everything else connected to it. Divergent thinker. Someone who generates many different ideas before settling on one. Faced with a problem, they branched outward in multiple directions instead of jumping straight to a single answer. This is exactly the mindset behind brainstorming, where more ideas up front usually leads to better ideas later. Convergent thinker. Someone who takes many possibilities and narrows them down to the single best solution. After comparing options and weighing the evidence, they eliminate the weaker choices until one remains. Most school tests are built around this style since they're designed around one correct answer. Reflective thinker. Someone who learns primarily by looking back on past experience. Instead of rushing straight into the next task, they pause to consider what worked, what failed, and what to change next time. Teachers and coaches build this habit deliberately since steady improvement depends on being honest about past mistakes. Intuitive thinker. Someone who reaches conclusions almost instantly through gut feeling rather than step-by-step reasoning. That instinct isn't random, it's built from years of pattern recognition stored in the brain. Surgeons, pilots, and firefighters often spot danger in a split second because their mind has seen the same warning signs many times before.